Hi there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. My name is Brianna, this is Breland's Books, and today I'm going to be doing a book review of Tumble and Fall by Alexandra Coutts. I think it's Coutts. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Alexandra Coutts. Okay. I wanted to do a review of this book because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, and I really enjoyed it when I read it. It's not that long. It's not a hard read. You can read through it. I read through it in like 3 sittings, I think. I'm just gonna start with a brief synopsis and then we'll get more into my thoughts and opinions of the book. The first part is gonna kind of be a spoiler-free review for anyone who hasn't read the book and just wants to know more about it, and then I'm gonna I'll tell you when I'm gonna start spoiling-ish and stuff, and oh wow. I'll let you know before there are any spoilers, so you're safe for now. So this book is about, I don't know what island it is, it doesn't say. They're on an island near Boston, and it's told from the perspective of 3 different teenagers, and they are waiting for an asteroid called Persephone to hit the Earth, and basically they're waiting for the end of the world. And this is the last week or so, I think, before the asteroid hits. They've known for a long time though, so it's not fresh, oh gosh, panic, blah. It's just them, their last few days. It's the first chapter. It begins with Sienna's point of view, and Sienna's story starts off with her leaving a mental hospital to go spend the rest of the time that she has with her dad and brother. It's a second chance for Sienna at life because she had a really hard time before, and so it's her kind of processing through all that and becoming okay again, just in time for everything to go to crap. But I instantly connected with Sienna's storyline, and I was so invested right from the beginning. The first chapter, I was like, yes, I care about this girl, and she was the first character that I got really into. But Sienna's, I enjoyed it, and I really liked it talks about her mom a lot, and that is it's just so well written, the parts about her mom. It's just Sienna dealing and becoming who she should be. Yeah. But I love Sienna's story. It was my favorite, and even until the end, because she reacted differently, in my opinion, and I enjoyed that. So after the second chapter is the start of Zan's story, and there are parts I cared about more. I didn't care for the ending. I didn't feel like there's any, all the other storylines, even with the minor characters, they just felt very completed and finished, and I think that for me that was kind of the point, was they were all gonna die, or they had a really good chance of dying, so they had to find peace with it, and she does find peace, but I just felt like not all there were some loose ends that I feel were not tied. There were some loose ends, and I just feel like it wouldn't have been hard to include a little extra to really finish that out, because it just felt very incomplete, and I didn't know where she stood emotionally with everyone, and very interesting though, lots of twists and turns. Her story starts off, she had a boyfriend that she loved a lot, and they were very happy, and then he died. He died before the book takes place. And she's still grieving and still very emotionally vulnerable. Her story revolves around him mostly, her dead ex-boyfriend, whose name is Leo. And there's also some stuff with her family, which I felt like I put a little too much on the back burner for me. Sienna's story was a very good base, balance between family and not family. And I feel like Zan, her family should have played a bigger part in it. And yeah. So I was a little disappointed in Zan's choices. But the story is interesting. I'm just not a huge fan of Zan as a character, as a narrator. And then the third story is Caden. He's the only male narrator. And I had a hard time getting invested in his story because I thought it was very unrealistic. But once I got invested, I was like, yes, I'm here for this. And his story, he lives with, oh, okay, bye. Caden lives with his mom and his sister. His mom's kind of gone off the deep end. She's not the best mom. Carly is his sister, and she's fantastic, I think. And then his storyline has a lot to do with his dad, who left them, and he has to like find peace with that. And there's a lot of things about forgiveness in here, and not just forgiving other people, but forgiving yourself as well. Throughout all three of the characters' journeys, it's about forgiving someone else and forgiving themselves, and it's, I think, beautifully written. It did take me a while to get into Caden's storyline, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good storyline. And it just really wasn't for me as much. And Zan, I loved the storyline, but not her so much. I love Caden as a narrator. He's very unapologetic to me as a narrator, which I enjoy. And I love Sienna. If I could read about her entire life, there's a book just about Sienna. Before, with being in the mental hospital and dealing with all that, I would read it. Overall, I would definitely recommend this book to anyone who wants to read it. I'm now reading another book about people right before the world is hit by an asteroid. We All Looked Up by David Wallach, and I'm intrigued to see how I feel about the endings of those. Yeah, but I would recommend this one. I would give this like I think on Goodreads I gave it a 4. And I would say that that is an accurate thing. If you have read this book, please let me know in the comments. If there's any books that made, like, I don't know. If you've read this book, please let me know in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll link all my social media down below. Instagram, Goodreads. I'm working on my Goodreads page, but I did go through, and the ones that I already have on there red, I changed my like star rating so they're right. Because sometimes I go on Goodreads and I like click 5 stars in the heat of the moment, and it's not 5 stars. Even some of my favorite books I don't give 5 stars. Please let me know if you've read this book. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff down below. Have an amazing few days. Read a good book. Mwah!